The direction that Lupe took was one dismantling Royce the 5'9's entire career, looking at him like you a gangster, but now you awoke. This week on Hip Hop Stocks, where we use the music we love to explain the stock market. This week, music is down, as the stock market crash seems to have no bottom, amplified by the bull trap provided by Kanye. A bull trap is when the stock market fakes like it's about to go up, just so you can put your money in for it just to continue to decline. And yes, I'm still upset about all the false advertisement. If you think that it's 2 more weeks that'll be the difference between what makes this album good or bad, then you didn't listen to the Life of Pablo. That's where he did the same exact thing and the album still came out trash. This go round, I'm not going to review the album that's already been released. I'm going to wait for the version this demented mind wants us to hear. And I can't wait because stunts like this make the expectations unobtainable. But without a Kanye album, there's only but a few bright spots in music last week, starting with Ransom and Big Ghost. Not good enough to make a playlist, but solid enough for a notable mention, as they took the Zelda formula but actually made it good for a moment before the repetitive nature of this sound takes me completely out of it. But they have my respect, much like how the Soprano family have my respect for this work. Good stuff. Childish Gambino did a cover, and we don't care about covers on this channel. That Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow can be picked up from the curb every Friday. So what's dropping this week? Logic's Bobby Tarantino 3, Isaiah Rashad got a new album dropping, and Silk Sonic got a new single. Allegedly. Unless they do exactly what Kanye did and what they did at the BET Awards and say psych and run back, leave the door open, which is entirely possible. But I do think the crash of 2021 ends here, at least one of them. Therefore, I'm putting 10 cases of due on it. I'm doing a call option for this coming week, predicting that the market is going to be going up. And I'm specifically looking for 4 new songs for the portfolio that has been dry for some weeks. But let's go ahead and look at some of the biggest trending stocks of this week. Coi Leray is down as her flash crash continues. Not only did she flash herself on IG Live accidentally, allegedly, but now she's followed up one of the worst XXL freshman freestyles heard in recent years with an equally as bad performance at Rolling Loud. Man, she's bombing harder than Kevin Nash out here. Honestly, I feel sorry for her because this is what happens when you aren't prepared for success, but it's thrust upon you. Say it with me now. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Thank you, Keenan Grace. When people who can't rhyme 2 words together are able to finesse their way into a record deal, eventually they're going to be exposed. And yes, I know individuals like, say, Gucci Mane was never a great rapper to start with, but not only was he the real deal on the streets, but he's also able to craft together quality music around his skill set. You do not have to be as lyrical as Nas or as versatile as Chris Brown to be in the music industry that once promoted Vanilla Ice, who's currently attempting a comeback with a song featuring Kodak Black. Why? Because he's the guy who never says no to white massa. He's bought and paid for by Trump, but that's another show. The point is, you don't have to be of the top 5% of musicians to have a career, but you do need competency to keep from becoming a meme stock. A stock that people support only because it's popular, not because it's doing good business and deserves to be on the exchange. I want Coi Leray, like any other black act, to be successful because I know how difficult life is. But you get what you put in, and she hasn't put in nearly enough work, therefore people were clowning her. If only her father valued hard work, discipline, and composing quality music, then she would have as well. Yes, I put all of the blame at the feet of Benzino. She is only what he's made her out to be. So how are we playing this stock? We gonna wait for it to bottom out. Odds are it's going back to penny stock status at one point or another. Honestly, I need to see better producers, ghostwriters, less thirst traps, and more grinding in the lab before I even consider investing in this stock. Blueface is up, as I never thought that I would say that in my life. Blueface obviously won his boxing exhibition with a TikToker that he had the height, reach, and weight advantage on. How this went the distance is beyond me, but no shade, he came to fight. And that's exactly what he did as he washed his opponent tied with bleach. But not only did TikTok hold this L, but also a random fan caught some haymakers too. While most rappers would be calling for security, Blueface held his own. He's far from a boxer, but as an untrained brawler with notoriety, people can smell the People can just smell the money. Speculation of one of the Paul brothers fighting Blueface is already in the air. Do you think Blueface will accept being paid to take a draw like Floyd Mayweather did? Or will this be a legit challenge in the future? Blueface really needs to train. See, when I play Street Fighter, I don't win because my character is a dominant one. I win because you watch me train for hours almost every day. Matchup knowledge, technique, and experience trumps desire every day of the week. All I'm saying is with Blueface, all I'm seeing is desire. While the Paul brothers have been training longer for this. Am I saying Blueface can't win a potential matchup? No. In fact, I hope Blueface lays the smackdown on both of the candy asses. It will be entertaining to see, as this is far more entertaining than Blueface's rap career could ever be. If he were to win, I think I could forgive his debut album and see him as my favorite celebrity boxer. But how are we playing this stock? This is where they say, buy the rumor, but sell the news. The hype surrounding Blueface is only going to continue to grow, especially if this fight with one of the Pauls actually does get signed. At this point, we ride the wave as all of the hype and speculation will just go up. But if we don't see some legit training with someone like Floyd Mayweather overseeing it, we gonna sell this one the night of the big fight and just take our profits. If we see more IG squabbles than weight room footage, there's a good chance this doesn't end well for Blueface. But give the man props where they're due. Good fight. Lupe is up and Royce is down for what could just be round one of an epic battle to come. This was very interesting, as I was told in the live stream that Royce had the better record, but Lupe had the better disses. For one moment, I questioned if that were even possible, because honestly, I expected that to be flipped. But it seems Royce thought this battle would be fought over complex metaphors instead of vicious bars, as all battles are measured by. The direction that Lupe took was one dismantling Royce the 5'9's entire career, looking at him like, you a gangster, but now you awoke? How come you haven't cleaned up your city when you have the clout to do so? How are you gangster, but you've never done anything to police? Talking about how all his music is immemorable. People only rock with you because of your interviews. How Royce's whole career is based on references, as we see with his diss track, where he has more references than actual diss bars towards Lupe. These are solid bars that was going to take this battle, since Royce took the I'm going to out-rap you approach. Now don't get it twisted. I like Royce as an individual way more than Lupe, because Lupe's a coon. But Royce couldn't hammer that point down in his raps better than saying they employ Lupe to exploit the movements. How he respects white people more than he loves black people. Like, those are the literal bars. This is where Royce dropped the ball, because when Lupe seemingly took shots at Dr. Sebi, that should be his downfall to the culture as a whole, but Royce couldn't make interesting enough bars about Lupe being a sellout. You know how I would've wrote it? He thinks he spits facts, but why are people catching COVID when they already got the vax? People think that he's smart because of how he raps. So smart that he don't know he's owned by white people on and off the wax. You just a slave that's putting the lashes on the backs of other blacks, saying how you prefer the white man's slave contracts. This is the direction that Royce needed to take, but instead he played into Lupe's hands, and now he has to hold an L for round one. Can Royce come back? I don't know. Will there be a round two? I don't know, but I hope so. Don't let yourself get washed by this puppet.